Have you paid for credit repair but nothing seems to work? Or maybe you're working on your own credit and it seems like the credit bureaus are simply ignoring you. Well, this video is going to break down how you can use the arbitration process to get results, get trade lines deleted from your credit report, and a fair resolution from either credit reporting agencies or debt collection agencies, aka data furnishing companies. Now, my goal today is to provide you with an outline. It is also inside of the guide that I'm sharing. If you want the guide, comment the word guide and I will send you exclusive access. If you are new here, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. But before we get any further, let's get into it. Now, arbitration is the new way to repair credit, guys. All right. What you want to do is go through the simple disputes for about 90 days or so. First round, hey, I dispute these items. Make sure you document everything. Keep a copy for your records. We're building a case. And of course, keep the responses from the credit bureaus, okay? Each time you send a credit bureau a letter, you have to include your ID, social security card, and proof of address dated in the last 30 to 60 days, okay? Each and every time you send a letter. You're probably going to want to do 3 rounds. The first round is just a simple one. You can have ChatGPT draft up some simple dispute letters and draft up all the things that are needed by simply uploading your credit report to ChatGPT. It's super easy, guys. I showed you in a prior video in this playlist how to do that. Now, with arbitration, there are a few different companies that do arbitration, but you want to make sure that you have all of your proof, all of your violations that either the debt collection companies made or the credit bureaus have made, because there are a ton of violations and each violation is $1,000. Well, up to $1,000, I should say, and damages, plus damages. What damages did these errors cause? Okay, so in this guide, I give you all of the steps where to send all of that stuff to. You want to just send it to the normal dispute address. I give you all of the addresses for the credit bureaus. Okay, now you can also look up previous case files to get, hey, I am going to sue you because this is the same type of case as this, and these were the results, okay? I also want you guys to make a CFPB complaint before you get to arbitration. By month 2, if the information is still on your credit report, make a complaint to the CFPB, supply them with what you have already done, supply them with the responses of the credit bureau, and let them know that they have continued to ignore your request. And this can often happen when you've paid for credit repair in the past and they start receiving credit repair letters for you, but they notice all of these little things like the letters that are being sent are from, another state, postmarked from another state. So obviously it looks like you're paying for credit repair because they scan all of that information. And a lot of these companies, they use automated mail servicing. That's going to get you flagged as possible credit repair. So it's important that you save all the responses so that way you can provide it as proof to the CFPB. And you also have that proof when it comes to going through arbitration. Now, what you are going to ask for as far as relief from arbitration is completely up to you. But if I were you, I'd probably stay like under $10,000. Arbitration doesn't have a cap, unlike some small claims courts. And the benefits of arbitration over just filing a small claims court with your state or even suing them at a federal level are the filing fees are a lot more inexpensive. The filing fees to file arbitration are usually somewhere around $225, give or take. But you can also ask for recovery of these filing fees in your settlement offer to whomever the case is against. So say, for example, you're taking Equifax here through the arbitration process, you can include that $225 filing fee as part of the reimbursements and damages that you can collect from them. All right. Now, basically what this would do is it would have a third neutral party like the AAA. In this case, that would be the arbitration company that a lot of people are using. They are called the American Arbitration Association. And then there's also JAMS Arbitration Services. You can pick either one. You would just want to pick an arbitrator. I would recommend the AAA, which their website is adr.org. Of course, all of this information is inside of the guide. Draft your filing online. You want to file online with them, okay? Then you can let the credit bureaus know that you have planned to file or that you have filed for arbitration. If you want to give them a last chance to resolve before arbitration, that can be your third letter to the credit bureau saying, hey, I have drafted my arbitration claim. And again, have ChatGPT help you. You can have ChatGPT say, write me a final request to the credit bureaus before I file arbitration to resolve the matter one last time before you include all of the violations and damages and costs that are going to need to be paid for if you go through the arbitration process. So give them one last chance, kind of like, hey, either, prove it or remove it, right? They're not going to prove it. So if they're not going to remove it, then they're in violation and they will never prove it to you guys, just so you know, right? Now, arbitration, you want to build your case. You want to be very specific on what violations were happening, why this is a valid case. If some form of identity theft was involved, you want to make sure to have proof documentation. If it was due to a data breach or someone using your information for false purposes, you want to, again, make sure you have an FTC report, identity theft affidavit, possibly a police report if applicable, or if your jurisdiction will even do something like that. Have all of those documents readily available, building your case. All right. Now, once you go to the websites for the AAA and you file your arbitration claim, they will request that you pay the filing fee right then and there. Again, keep receipts of all of that stuff, and then you'll go through the process with them. And eventually, if you guys can't come to an agreement before the arbitration date, then you will continue to go through that arbitration process. And again, you want to build your claim and have all your ducks in a row so you can just knock them down. And at this point, since they made you come this far, you can collect a check from them. You can outline all of the different violations that they have made, and you can say, look, I am requesting $1,000 per violation. These are the 3 to 5 violations that they made, plus I am asking for an additional maybe $3,000 to $5,000 in damages, because you can let them know that you were not able to apply for credit during this time, or you did apply for credit during this time and here's proof and I was denied, right? So that's another damage that you could potentially ask for. And then, of course, the filing fees to be reimbursed, which again are only about $225. So have everything readily available, and then you can go ahead and file that arbitration against them. And honestly, at that point, you're just going to let the arbitrating company move it to the next level and continue to go through that process. There is going to be paperwork that you need to fill out with them, but it's all very easy. And then there's possibly some additional documents that you'll need to send off to the credit bureaus after you have filed for arbitration. But build your case. Now, say for example, you're like, hey, Nicole, that sounds good and great and all that, but I'm just not confident in doing the arbitration process because I'm not a lawyer and I don't really know what the heck to do. Okay, no problem. So in same concept, you want to go through the same process. 3 months of disputing. First month, simple disputes. Second month, hey, I am telling you, prove it or remove it, and here's proof. This is a reinvestigation request. If you do not comply with the law, I am going to sue you. Third letter, hey, this is my last attempt to correct this before I take legal action. If you do not remove the trade lines listed below from my credit report within the next 45 days, I will continue with litigation. All right, period. Have ChatGPT write all that stuff up for you. Again, keep all the letters that you send to them, keep all of their responses that they send back to you, because you're going to want to scan all of that in and upload it over to the consumer attorneys. Inside of this guide, there are probably at least 3 to 4 different consumer attorneys that you can reach out to that do work with people in every state out there. Okay, even though they might be located in, say, Illinois, they can still represent you being in, another state. There are a lot out there. There is Sahib Legal, he's in Illinois. There is Jabari, he is in Florida. There are a few others that I have listed in here, but there are other resources that I've given you inside the guide where you can actually search for a consumer attorney right in your area. And they'll give you some, and you can look into contacting them. But the reason why I like the guys that are in this guide is because they will review your case and they will not charge you anything to take on your case. They make their money on the back end. So by suing the credit bureaus, they don't use arbitration. They actually go through the courthouse and they will sue them, either the credit bureaus, the debt collection company, whomever the case may be, but they will proceed with litigation and they're looking to sue for big bucks. And usually you can make a little bit of money that way as well. But I do feel like if you go through the arbitration process, you could potentially even get yourself a bigger check. As long as you can identify the violations that were made, have as much proof as possible, and show your, communication and the lengths that you took to resolve it before filing for arbitration. And that's going to be the 1, 2, 3 letters, okay? The final request, CFPB complaint, and, if for some reason that still doesn't resolve it, then you can continue with either litigation by confirming with a consumer attorney that you actually have a case and they would be willing to take on your case. And then at that time, they're going to ask you that you no longer have any communication with the credit bureaus or the debt collection agencies, and you'll sign an agreement with them to take on your case. It's at no fee, so hey, awesome. It can take a while. It's certainly a process, but you want to just make sure that everything you receive back in the mail from that credit bureau, you scan in, you send it over to them. You have to make sure that you keep everything super organized and keep a copy of it. And if you have to invest in a little, mobile scanner, do it, because you're going to need to scan that paperwork in and make sure that it's very legible, because again, you're building a case against these guys. And when you're building a case, you want to fight to win, all right? You don't want to just be fighting because you're like, hey, whatever, I think I got a case, I think I can do it, I think this was a violation. No, you have to make sure that you have a firm understanding of what and why you're taking this company through arbitration. What laws did they violate? What damages did they cause? How did you calculate the damages? No one can really tell you how much your damages are going to cost. So it can be well over $10,000. I'm not saying that the cap is, but you have to be reasonable and also understand that arbitration is not really designed for big settlements. However, I will not say that it's unheard of. So just do what's best for you. You can do your research out there, but go through the arbitration process. If you're still not satisfied after you have gone through that, you can certainly use an attorney and consult with one. But this is the way people are getting these trade lines deleted from their credit report and getting a check for anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000, in some cases more. Now, the average check with arbitration is usually anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, because you don't really want to be too greedy. At the end of the day, The goal is really just to get the trade line deleted from your credit report. And that way we know it's not going to come back. It's legally deleted. It's not going to come back and bite you in the butt later. And you've taken care of it the correct way. Because a lot of times these credit bureaus will do everything in their power to just simply ignore you, and they don't care. And honestly, they have too much coming on to be able to keep up with all the letters that they receive. So a lot of time the response that you're getting is just from a computer system trying to, filter out people that potentially might be using credit repair, and it's easy for them to do that. So sometimes you have to go through that next step when it comes to actually fixing your credit and getting the results you want. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Thank you so much for joining. Of course, inside the guide, it breaks it down even more, but that's the basics from, the guide and how to go about moving forward with arbitration. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.